Hello, Pulp Hounds. I'm back. I've been off sick with the thing that everybody's got again that we had a couple of years ago. Oh, but I'm loads better now and still testing positive, but there's an improvement. So, the lovely and talented and generous Bob Covington, illustrator extraordinaire, got in touch and said, I've got a bunch of small press stuff kicking about. Would you like it? I see you've been doing some small press stuff on your channel. And I said, yes, please, Bob. Bob Covington is a brilliant illustrator, and if you've got any BFS stuff, then you will see some of his wonderful, wonderful and imaginative illustrations. So, I don't know what's in this box. It's huge. It came the other day. Here we are. It's massive. A massive box. It's quite heavy as well. Massive box full of stuff. So, let's get into it and have a look. Right, I've got it open on a chair next to me here. Oh, get the bubble wrap off the top. This looks interesting. So, there's some magazines on top. There's Fantasy and Sci-Fi Beyond from, is that 1995? September, October 95. Magic 3D back cover by Boris Vallejo. Is that one of them things that you stare at? I don't know how to do those. Do you remember back in the 90s when people would be like, oh yeah, it's a mermaid. Yeah. Oh, that looks cool. Ooh, there's a letter inside. I can't find Bob's illustration in this. There is some reviews by Mark Morris. I'm not sure who he is. What else we got? We've got a copy of Nexus from Spring 93. So it's an illustration for Aviator by Sid Foster. That's very cool. I really like that. Oh, there's another copy of that issue of Nexus. Now, I'd left college. I was forging my way in the real world, and I bought fiction stuff from like W.H. Smith's and that. So I never got to kind of see and buy any of this. We've got SF Revolution Comics number 3. Let's have a look what Bob did in this. But yeah, Bob did one, Angels of War. So nice. I'm gonna kind of, the box is so big. If I do that for every magazine, we're gonna be here for kind of in perpetuity. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a nice kind of collection of Bob's art. I'll write some music to go with it and just showcase some of his art in a separate video. I think that'll be a fun project and a cool thing to do. So we've got Focus from 2004. That looks like Bob's artwork on the cover. Legend, Worlds of Possibility from, I'm not sure when that's from. That's nice. It's like a proper spine-bound one. These are lovely. And they're all like contributors' copies. Thank you so much, Bob. These are gorgeous. Absolutely thrilled. Fantasy and Science Fiction Beyond, number 1. Trauma Films interview, Ramsey Campbell, Steve Gallagher, Steve Laws, Kim Newman, Alex Stewart, Carl Edward Wagner. Brilliant. So that's from 1995. Lovely. I am absolutely thrilled to rummage through this box, Bob. There's another copy of that. There's 2 envelopes that say BFS calendars on them. 2005 and 2006. So 2005. These, there we go, you can see it properly now. These will get filed away and looked after and loved. Let's have a look at 2006. Oh, that's brilliant. Look at that dude with his computer. With his big tower computer and his massive monitor. Oh, brilliant. These are fab. And the kind of... these illustrations. Okay, I need to go through those in depth. What I'm going to do when I've done this video is just sit and pore over all this stuff. Probably for the rest of the night. There's another issue of Legend Worlds of Possibility. This is issue 6 from... I couldn't see when the other one was... there's a graphic story by Bob. A full graphic story. Brilliant. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Oh. It's kind of good I'm still testing positive for COVID because, you know, if somebody... 2002. If somebody rings and says, like, you coming out for a bit? Can we do stuff? Like, no, I'm still testing positive. Got to hide away. Whereas I'm just going to be sat with my cat and a cup of tea, just pouring through all this. I've just pulled this copy of Midnight Street out from May, June 2007, and that's Bob's contributor slip. That's one of his illustrations. How cool is that? It's not just the execution, it's the imagination behind them as well. Bob, thank you. And to get it from an illustrator of your caliber, I am just over the moon. Over the moon. So let's try and get through this box a little bit, because otherwise this video is going to be like an hour long. So there's Silver Rhapsody, published by the BFS. It's kind of history of the BFS type stuff. That's very interesting. Awesome. What's this one? Voices from Shadow. Lovely cover. Who's done that cover? And what's inside it? An evaluation of the short stories of Robert Aikman. Article about Virgil Finlay. C.L. Moore. Lovecraft in Retrospect by Ramsey Campbell. Oh, yes, please. I'm going to sit and pore over that with a cup of tea. There's Dark Horizons, number 36. I'm getting a really lovely run of Dark Horizons. That's another lovely cover. And a lovely back cover. That's gorgeous, that, isn't it? You tend not to get fantasy art like that anymore. It makes me excited. I don't go on about it. I've got a couple of collections. I've mentioned about stamps before. I've got quite a decent collection of 80s Citadel miniatures and War Games miniatures and stuff. I love them. It was just an exciting time in my life. And illustrations like that make me excited about this era of horror and fantasy. Another Dark Horizons, number 35. I need to sit and go through all these. 31 from 1990. Let's have a quick stop, drop and roll and see what's in this. Worst Fog of the Year by Ramsey Campbell, illustrated by Dave Carson. There's Bob Covington's illustrated a story by Paddy McKillop. Page 11. I've got to have a quick look. Oh, mate! That is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Geen and Perkins. Oh, I love that. That is a gorgeous illustration. We've got Dark Horizons, number 37. Bob, this is just a heck of a box. Thank you so much. This is a chunker. FantasyCon 2015. I wasn't there. I'm going to have to start going to FantasyCon, aren't I? That was only in Nottingham. Is this just all packed full of stories? Stories and poems and illustrations. Just people doing it for the love of creating something magical and something that takes you out of mundane life. That's a rate chonker. That's gonna take me a while to get through. What's this one? Spare Parts by Stuart Young. Again, so Bob said these are largely his contributor copies. So, all artwork by Bob Covington and Dave Bezina. Let's find something in this. Oh, mate, just use structure and style. So cool. Yeah, I'm gonna stop finding the illustrations. I just want to sit and do that. But like I said, this video is going to be like hours long if I keep doing that. So I'll show you what's in the box and I'll try and stick to it. I'm just so excited to be going through this box of stuff because we've not really scratched the surface yet. A copy of Luke Chinn's The Paladin Mandates. That looks like a kind of future noir pulp thing. Very cool. Oh, a nice Dark Horizons number 50. I like seeing the progression of quality of like binding and that. Again, Adver Fantasy Con on the back. Let's just have a quick look what's inside this. Have we got a contents page? Oh, there's a couple of Carl Edward Wagner stories in it. Wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So, Age of Chaos, the multiverse of Michael Moorcock. Ooh. Oh. So this looks at, I think, the work of Michael Moorcock. I am a huge fan of Elric and all the Eternal Champions stuff. And that's one of my little sub-collections in my 80s Citadel miniatures collection, because they did an Elric and Eternal Champions like little set. Well, they did a couple of sets and I'm trying to get those and they are amazing. Having like an Elric mini is just like 14-year-old me would have just been just so thrilled. That's going to get put in a different pile because I'm going to read that first. What else we got? We got another Dark Horizons 51. F20 number 1. I think that's Bob Covington's work on the cover. I just read this when Bob kind of messaged. Yeah, because it's got Curves and Sharp Edges by Tim Lebon in it. And I mentioned one of the illustrations in this, which I really liked. That's it. Like the lady all like jigsaw pieces, spider. It's just, I absolutely thought this was just amazing. And then like I was like, whoa, that is such a good and gorgeous illustration. And then on the cover, there's Bob's put the piece that would be her eye. Oh, just that attention to detail. So that like I just literally finished that, and I saw Bob left a comment on my on one of my videos, and then we emailed each other and that, and like just it was just like weirdly uncanny because I was struck by that illustration. I thoroughly enjoyed reading F20 number 1, and then struck by that illustration. And the guy that actually drew it got in touch and said, "Do you want my contributor copies?" And I was like, "Oh!" So I can see there's also F20 number 2. I have to have a little look. What's? Oh, so this is a signed one. Oh, that's so lovely. Thank you so much, Bob. Like, thank you, mate. I genuinely like. I'm moved and touched by your generosity sending me this. Chills number 5. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Ah, there's the Prism, which was another like BFS kind of newsletter. That looks like the Joe Dever. Is it Lone Wolf? Am I getting mixed up with Lone Wolf and Cub? I'm sure Joe Dever wrote like the Lone Wolf books. Dark Horizons 34 from 93. Oh, there's a Nick Royal story in it. D.F. Lewis, Ian Hunter, Russell Kirk. A New Man by Mark Morris. Well, I'm going to skip that one, honestly. If you're fairly new to my channel, I love Mark. We're best mates. I'm busting his chops. Genuinely, I do love his books. I've got a load of them down here. And he's a wonderful guy. I am literally just busting his chops. Is that the same one? Yes, it is. Another one of those. Oh, that's a cool cover. Like that. Number 33 from 1992. These are just wonderful. And these stories don't... I don't know, it's just discovering, like, lost... Not lost. They're not lost. But the kind of lost British genre stories. I just think this... To sit down with one of these, like I've said a million times during this video, sit down with one of these and a cup of tea and a little purring cat, and I am just so happy. Who's in this one? There's a Steve Laws one, Peter Relton, John Gilbert, Adrian Cole, Dave Sutton. Oh, just so exciting. We've got another Dark Horizons, number 47. Who's in this one? Barry Woods, Tony Richards, Neil Williamson. Oh, again, I just adore these. Oh, what's this? The Alchemy Press book of Pulp Heroes. Yes, please. Wow, that's... Oh... Right, so that's going to go on the pile with the Michael Moorcock book to be read as soon as I stop filming. Which is going to be soon, actually, because I just want to get off and read these books. Swords Against the Millennium. This is an Alchemy Press one. So this is a collection of kind of... It looks like a collection of Conan-esque sword and sorcery. Simon Green, Ramsey Campbell... Adrian Cole, Paul Lewis, Joel Lane. Oh, lovely Joel. Bless him. Wherever he is now. Oh, right. So, back to... Hang on. We'll finish that pile because, in fact, I'll merge that into one pile because there's more stuff in this box. Bob, thank you. So, we've got Dark Horizons 37. Oh... Just absolutely thrilling. Chills number 6 from 1992. Is that Dave Carson on the back? It looks like a Dave Carson on the back. Absolutely brilliant. These, The Devil's Graveyard, G.G. Pendarvis. That is a wondrous little collection of stories. Did Bob illustrate that then? I am so jealous of being able to illustrate something like this. Oh, there's more copies of Mystique, which I've got one or two of. That makes me very genuinely happy, genuinely thrilled. Chills number 5 from 1991. Lovely cover again. Chills number 8. Oh, that's so nice. Whose is that cover? That's so very cool. Front cover illustration, I should have guessed it's by Bob Covington. Bob, that is just glorious. I adore that. Thank you so much for these. There's another copy of that. So some of these that are duplicates, like this one looks beautiful. This is going to get... I'm going to keep one in my collection and frame one and put it up probably in my bedroom. That's where I have like movie posters and things like that, comic posters and covers. There's the little pamphlet from FantasyCon 91. which is very cool. And that's another one. That's another, like, oh, that's nice. The Conqueror Worm. That's very nice. Very, very cool. There's another copy of Mystique, Spring 93. These are lovely. Really nice. Really, really like Mystique. It's kind of the era of fantasy that I loved. Do you know what? I did a fighting fantasy book the other day. I did Forest of Doom. Like, that era of fantasy, I genuinely love. We've got fantasy. Oh, it's a catalogue from Fantasy Centre. Brilliant. Now, I've got a few catalogues, and I do like getting catalogues just to go through. We've got Outsiders by John Oram. Now, that's a lovely cover. That's gorgeous. Look at that. Bob, mate. That is so cool. Oh, there's another. So, one's getting framed and putting up in my bedroom. A copy of Prism, Spring 2002. Very, very nice. I'm going to pause for a sec and have a glug of tea. Right, then we come into the last pile of things. There's an envelope. Thought you might like this. That's very intriguing. Oh my word. That's the original, isn't it? Oh, Bob. Thank you so much. Wow. I mean, mate, like, wow. Thank you. It's absolutely amazing. You can see it's the original look. Oh. Wow. Genuine just grin. I'm going to be grinning for weeks after this. I'm going to put that just on my desk so it's safe out of the way. Wow. Thank you, mate. Like, genuinely. We've got a cover of Shock Express. Is that signed by Clive Barker, 1987? Yeah, that's getting framed and put up. To Bob, best wishes. Clive Barker, August 1987. I mean, I have got some copies of Shock Express. I don't even think I've got this one. It's like my collection of Deep Red. That's missing some. But that's amazing. Clive Barker! I am such a Clive Barker fan. As soon as I started reading Books of Blood when I was a lot younger, they just blew me away. Wow. Oh, what are these? These look interesting. Media Scene. Robert Howard, Neil Adams. Is that a Neil Adams cover? It looks like a Neil Adams cover. Yeah, it is. Oh. Very nice. Do you know what? I think some of these might have to get framed as well. Get some big frames for these. They do them at Asda quite reasonably priced. That's where I get my big frames from. So these are from... when are these? Oh, the Shadow. The Shadow Secret Society. I want to join the Shadow Society. I love the Shadow. What evil lurks in the hearts of men? The Shadow knows. Oh, this looks great, but there's no date on it, and I'm not just going to sit reading it. America's New Magazine of Popular Entertainment. That's really cool. Oh, I'm gonna sit poring over these. And there's another one, and I'm holding it up like this, which is great. You know, we've got Gil Kane, Robert E. Howard, Bernie Wrightson, but I'm just kind of looking at that big advert for Shadow novels on the back. The Shadow knows. I love the novels. I love the radio show. Wow, these are huge. Sci-Fi Monthly. That's really cool. New stories from Harlan Ellison and Stanislaw Lem. And sci-fi art from Chris Foss, Bruce Pennington and Ray Fibush. Very nice. These are huge. Look at it next to me head. Massive. These are brilliant. Sci-Fi Monthly, another one. So when are these from then? I know it says volume 2, number 6. I've just looking for a date, I've just spotted something that I didn't even know about. Bob, like, thank you, mate. These, I'm going to lift it up carefully. These are published by Nell. These are published by New English. I am an avid New English Library collector. More New English Library things for me to try and collect and get them all. Sci-Fi Monthly. I never knew New English Library published. That's such another awesome cover. Look at that. Brilliant. I never knew that New English Library published, like, these sci-fi magazines. Wow. It's me. I've just been distracted by wine. Wine, and it's yours. Free for 10 days. How's that work? Like, so you get some wine, you get to keep it for 10 days. I may have turned it into urine, but here's your wine back. Oh, hello. What's this? Is this a Sci-Fi Monthly special? Edgar Rice Burroughs. That is gorgeous. I love that. Do you know what? This is weird. Cheers, Bob. Thank you again, mate. I've literally... Right, if you noticed at the start of the video, there's a pile of books behind me, as there always is. I've literally just finished reading The Beast of Tarzan. I'm trying to get these older hardback Edgar Rice Burroughs books. Really kind of enjoying the just pulpy joy of Tarzan and John Carter and stuff like that. And even if I can't, there's some gorgeous Foursquare and New English Library editions. So that is feeding into a rather current obsession of mine. Another science fiction monthly. These are so lovely. I didn't find out when these are from. Look, there I am again with my massive egg Swede. Volume 2, number 1. New English Library. 1974. How did newsagents display these? Like, I've done a video on the Dracula comic that New English Library reissued, and it's like, how did they display those in store? Is that packaging at the bottom? I'm just going to check. There's a couple of little envelopes, but I think they're for packaging. Yes. There we go. Thank you, Bob. Like, I'm overwhelmed, mate. Genuinely, like, I'm overwhelmed. Thank you so much. And thank you lot for watching. I'm going to go now. I've got to edit this. I can't really, like, sit and read this. I'm going to read some of them before I edit this. This might be a couple of days before it gets to YouTube, because I'm going to have an afternoon now of reading. Thank you so much. The wonderful Bob Covington. I am thrilled, mate. Genuinely over the moon. And thank you, you lovely Pulp hounds, for watching. And I'll see you folks in the next video.